Hello students, in this video I'm going to share some assessment tips for financial mathematics, and hopefully this video will help you to successfully pass any assessment type like formative, summative or exam. First of all, I want to underline that when you read the question for financial mathematics, you have to be very careful, and the first tip is to underline the keywords. It is very important to understand the process, what's happening there. Either someone gives the money for deposit into a bank account or take a loan as a mortgage, and after that just go to the formula booklet, and we have a formula in formula booklet. So formula is represented also here. Phi v means future value, present value is PV, R is interest rate, and K is compounding periods, N is the number of years. The next step is to understand the connection. It is all the time confusing whether we can use formula only for compound interest or straightforward use a calculator. So the answer is yes, you can use both, but you have to be very sure that if you will use calculator, the all parameters sets well. That is why my suggestion and my tip is to list all calculator parameters straightforward in your working. That's how you will avoid some losing of marks, because if you will write only answer and answer will be wrong, you will lose all the points of the question. If you will write the list of the parameters like this, and the parameters will be set mostly correctly, it means that you can earn some money, I said money because of financial math, some marks for method, okay? And first of all, let's connect this formula with a list of parameters in calculator. Yeah, it's quite confusing because we are expecting that calculator do the same thing as in the formula, but in financial math it works a bit differently. That is why let me connect the parameters. So the first, it is number of payments, and number of payments is this power, okay? And I is the interest rate, so this is actually our R. Most of the cases it's the same thing. Then PV is clear, present value. PMT, it is payment per month, so it's monthly payment. Phi v is future value, and these two parameters are quite tricky. So payment per year and compounding periods per year. Okay, payments per year, it's usually explicitly or implicitly shown in the solution, in the question. So once it's said compounded monthly, it means that CPY is equal to 12. Payment, so it could be monthly payment, annual payment, semi-annual payment, and so on. So it depends on the question, okay? Right. And so the last thing is about the direction of the transaction. I mean that it is very important, if you are investing money somewhere, it means that you have to think from the perspective of yourself. If you are giving money to somewhere, your present value should be negative sign because you are giving the money, okay? And if you are receiving the money, it is vice versa. Receiving money means usually take a loan or mortgage, and these minuses also affects the calculation. Another tip is, if you see that it is written the payment, monthly payment especially, it means that just straightforward go to the calculator and use this list of parameters, and you should be very careful in terms of typing the numbers in the each place here. Also, sometimes students make a mistake when the question is focused number of years, okay? And students, for example, it's like compounding monthly So it's like means that 12 times per year, yeah, 12 times per year, and for 5 years, for example, for 5 years. So it means that total number of times is 60, yeah, 60. And if you had answered 60 here, but the question says how many years? How many years? So it means that you have to divide 60 by 12 because we have 12 payments per year. That's why we should divide by 12 again, okay, to obtain the value. And the last mark usually assess the interpretation. So you should interpret to what extent your answer makes sense in terms of the question. And sometimes the question could be written in the form like write down the number of complete years. So you have to be here very careful in terms of rounding. For example, the answer here you got, for example, let's say you got answer for n like 25, yeah, and it is compounded monthly, so 12 times per year. So actually k is equal to 12, yeah, and it says how many complete years is required to pay a certain amount of money. Okay, so what to do is 25 should be divided by 12. You will get 2 point something, right? 2 point something, and it says if in the question it's written complete years, it means that you have to round to the nearest integer, next nearest integer, so 3 years. So answer will be here 3 complete years. Okay, so this is the main tips to deal with the financial math. Again, it's first keywords. Have a look at the keywords, try to understand the process, the direction of transaction, either you are giving money or receiving money. Next, understand that the formula is in form of booklet if it is beneficial to solve by formula. And if you have calculator, don't confuse with each parameter. Carefully take in account the direction of transaction using the sign like positive, negative, yeah. And the last tip is if you obtain the answer, make sure that you have answered the question asked in the problem. Okay, so I would like you to invite in my free weekly lesson. Please just follow the survey and join our community of free math lessons. We're going to consider past papers. I will show how to solve the questions, and hope it will be beneficial for you as well. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.